The summer's calling. The summer's calling. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling. Summer's calling.
My name is Arthur Zablocki. I've been online, I've been in the industry for over 13 years now. What you are going to see today is something that I came across about 3 or 4 months ago, and I just could not say no to. And the more I'm learning about it, the more I'm studying it, the more I'm working closely with the corporate team, the more excited I am about this particular opportunity. It's something that is very scalable, that it's something that's actually scaling much faster than the time and effort that you put in. We've only just started, we've only just begun this, and I think you can recognize, you can see the smile on my face, because in terms of rewards, in terms of financial rewards, this has superseded my expectations. So without any further ado, let's start the presentation. This is gonna be an interactive session. So by all means, when I ask a question, do please find the chat window inside the panel of Zoom, so that you can also drop a 1, drop a 2, or whatever into the chat, so that we have that back and forth, so that I can cater this presentation a little bit for your specific requirements. Super. So the company that I'm going to be talking about is called SuperOne. SuperOne is a mobile gaming and technology company run by this gentleman here called Andreas Christensen. Andreas is a lifelong entrepreneur from Oslo, Norway. He's the founder and CEO of 2 companies, Mojo and SuperOne. Mojo is a traditional gaming company, developer and publisher of skill-based games. They've been out there since 2013, so 7 years on the market. Over 30 people working for the company right now, and they own SuperOne. SuperOne, very similar, knowledge-based gaming platform with one big difference. In SuperOne, it's us, it's affiliates, it's members, it's users, whatever name you want to give to that. It's the people who are part of the platform, who have the possibility of inviting others to the platform and receiving in return pretty crazy referral commissions. I've got to say, that's not some little tiny bits like that you would see normally on a high street or whatever, little tiny referrals. These referrals here are pretty substantial. Now, what SuperOne is creating is what they call a Netflix of mobile gaming. So just like when you log into your Netflix account, you're going to see categories of different movies. You're going to see trending, popular, thriller, drama, comedy, horror, documentary, all of them. Dozens and dozens of different categories of movies on Netflix, with hundreds of movies inside of every category. In SuperOne, you're going to have a similar setup. Categories of different games related to your interest or knowledge, and then dozens of games inside of every category. So there's going to be something to do with sport, with music, with movies, with cars. There's going to be something to do with diet, something to do with fitness, something to do with nutrition, philosophy, meditation, all of these type of things. They are not the games to do with racing cars or bowling or basketball. I think we've seen enough platforms like that already. This is something very, very unique with SuperOne. Now, this is how games would look like. You're going to have an image and you're going to be answering yes and no type of questions. So you see a picture, is this Rihanna on this picture? If you'd answered no, you would have been wrong. If you'd answered yes, you would have been right. Right. You're going to have 10 questions that you're going to be answering. Typically, games would last between 20 and 30 seconds. It really depends on how fast you answer. There will be sound. There will be movement. Those games will not be static like 10 years ago. There's going to be a lot going on whilst you're going to be playing that game to enhance your experience. And again, these games, it's going to be all about speed. It's all about your knowledge. There will not be some random games. You will just be selecting games specifically from this library of games that you know that you have a higher chance of winning, where you've got increased chance of winning. Why? Because if you've been studying personal training or you've been studying nutrition, of course, you're going to choose games related to that because you know that you will probably know more answers correctly. You will probably be able to answer more questions correctly. So that's why that's how you do it. So in here with SuperOne, there are just two things that will determine whether you're going to win or whether you're going to lose. And both are in your control. And that's how many questions you can answer correctly and how fast you do it. Now, in case you wonder, okay, why this design? Why do they do it this way? First of all, they've been inspired by the most popular game or TV program in the world called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Because over there, you've got a host, you've got a guest who plays a game, who answers questions, and they can win huge cash prizes. You have these possibilities here. And in terms of the design of the interface specifically, that is genius in simplicity. Look what we do today on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, or Tinder, or TikTok. We swipe our fingers across the screen. This is exactly why the company has replicated or mimicked this model, because they knew that this is what we do right now. Especially the people that, especially the millennials, the millennial category. On top of that, you will also be able to win amazing prizes on a platform. Like, people play games and spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars inside of those games without expecting anything back. They're just entertainment. In here, you can play games and actually win huge prizes as well on top of it. So imagine what that's going to do. I think this is gonna be something really, really unique. Now, here are the prizes that you can actually win. They're not some cheap or they're not so in-game credits that you can spend or whatever. These prizes will be genuine. Trips, holidays, adventures, experiences, gadgets like laptops, phones, and also huge cash prizes. Those could be $1,000, could be $100, and it could be $1 million cash prizes. That's what you'll be able to win. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, so be sure that you actually stay with me and you pay full attention to this presentation. Now, combine these two things together. You are in control of the outcome. There is no gambling. You are in control whether you're going to win or whether you're going to lose. And then you've got the prizes that you can win as well. Combine these two things together. That's why we believe that this is going to raise the engagement to the ultimate level. This is going to attract a lot of people to SuperOne. Now, there will be games to do with sport, like a lot of them. Formula One, tennis, cricket, basketball, baseball, UFC. There's going to be NFL. There's going to be football. Because these sports, they have millions and sometimes billions of people that follow them. Football is followed by 3.5 billion around the world. Just this one football club, Manchester United, has a bigger fan base, 650 million people, than everybody that follows baseball. Just imagine a small percentage of these people. Again, remember, we are very much in this technology world right now. People know each other. We've got fan bases. We've got fan pages that you can visit on Facebook. You've got these clubs being highly engaged on social media platforms like Instagram, and now more and more on TikTok as well. They're very, very active. So imagine a portion of those fan bases, of those fan clubs, of those special football clubs or baseball clubs also participating and starting playing games, taking spots on those global leaderships, leaderboards related to those games, and actually also winning prizes. What that is going to do in terms of the virality. Now, there will be other games. Some people are not into sport. So there will be games to do with capital cities of the world, architecture, music, movies, cars, all of these things will also be available. Now, who is this platform? Who do we think will be the players? Predominantly, probably the millennials. Anybody between 20 and 40 years of age. And why millennials? Because 2 billion people around the world are considered millennials. This is now the prime target market for majority of the companies out there. Millennials have been now in the employment age, couldn't find the word, for quite a while now, and they are about to enter into the prime spending years. Millennials, they buy homes later. they marry later, because for them, life is more about experiences and wealth creation. They're very much a very good target market for this particular business. SuperOne positioned themselves in this global sweet spot worth $370 billion. And that's the advertising and the gaming space. The gaming today, again, is worth $160 billion right now. And this is probably one of the fastest growing industry, if not the fastest. And we know exactly why. Look what happened since the corona. Everybody's been in a lockdown. And what have people been doing? A little bit more time with the family, but predominantly a lot more time on their phones, playing games. Of course, on YouTube, of course, on TikTok and everything else, but actually playing a ton of games. This industry is growing like that. And we can benefit. You can be part of the fastest growing industry in the world. But this is going to continue. The growth is going to continue way beyond just this health crisis. Forbes believes that by 2025, this space will be worth $305 billion. Augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, the blockchain technology, all of these technologies and innovations impact this space very much. Gaming companies understand that they need to be adopting whatever's out there, because if they don't enhance users' experience, and if they don't improve and do something revolutionary or new, then they're going to lose the players to competition. That's why this space is very, very exciting. Now, 60% of the revenue coming from the gaming space is already coming from mobile devices. I was going to flip, but I've got some commission reports that I don't want to show. I don't think I'm allowed, so I'm going to behave on this presentation. Now, gaming, no question, the biggest industry in the world already. Look at these games. Candy Crush, everybody knows. Everybody knows these titles. Candy Crush, Clash of Clans, Pokemon, Fortnite. What is that one thing that they have in common? They are free games. They are free games. It's absolutely crazy, and because of the number of revenue, of how much they have actually generated for the companies. Fortnite, just 2.5 years out there, 2.5 years, 350 million people play Fortnite, and $2.5 billion generated from a free game. Because the way they've structured these games, yes, the platforms attract players, but players very quickly realize it actually makes sense to put $5 here, $10 there, because of the extra things that they will be able to gain when they do spend money. It's very, very cleverly done. Now, biggest gaming companies in the world, 3 of them are from China. Mixi, Gongo, Aniplex. We actually have huge number of members. I'm seeing those reports and I'm seeing flags of people that are joining SuperOne. A lot of them are coming from China right now. We've spent a lot of time explaining, doing presentations in 2 languages, but it works. These guys absolutely love it. So now let's proceed further. SuperOne, Mojo, why did I join? Because people who are new, people come from, maybe you have tried various opportunities online. Maybe you've been misled. Maybe somebody promised you something and not delivered. Maybe you've joined a brand new company, and just like many companies out there, they just typically don't last. These guys have been out there again for 7 years. Mojo in 2017, 3 years ago, already released a game. You can see it right now, but they realized 3 things very quickly. They need to improve the quality of the game. They need to find a better way to raise funds and a better way to create the community. And that's why Mojo then released SuperOne in 2018. And they've been, for the last 2 years, the company's been working on 2 things. On releasing a very attractive referral-based system for us, for the community members. And also they've been working on how to structure and refine the whole game itself, how to make it disruptive. And that's why you've got this now. I talked about the next version. The next version will be out in the next couple months. So this is going to be very, very exciting. Now, one of the additional things that you're going to see inside of the gaming platform is called Super Nuggets. Super Nuggets are like these collectible cards that you see everywhere today. Basketball, football, baseball cards that people buy. They buy physical. In here, you will have these digital cards that you'll be able to buy or you'll be able to win whilst playing games. You're going to have them in your portfolio of cards, because you can buy them from a marketplace as well in SuperOne. You have them in a portfolio, but these cards you can only use 3 times. And after that, they will disappear from your portfolio. They will go away. That's why people will that it has this scarcity element built into them. What is another thing that they're very useful for? Probably the biggest thing. These cards will improve your chances of finishing first, or increase your chances. That's how I wrote it down. Why? Because if you're playing this game about Portuguese football players, and he have this card about Cristiano Ronaldo, and a question comes up with Cristiano Ronaldo, guess what the game is going to do whilst you play it? The game is gonna skip, and it will go automatically to the next question. What is that going to do? That will save you a second, maybe even more. And that's huge in terms of if you're playing a game that typically lasts between 10 seconds and 15, saving a second, that could be the difference between the first position and position number 57. So these cards will be very, very powerful. You can of course decide not to use these cards whilst playing games because you don't want them to disappear from your portfolio. So you can just learn the information from these cards and use what you've learned to answer questions yourself. That's what you will also be able to do. Now, look at this. They will also have a social media platform, a module. It's not going to be on Facebook scale. It would be silly. That probably would have taken decades to develop to the same standard. They're going to have a social media platform, a module that will allow you to interact, to create your own friend lists, to send friend requests to people, to see mutual friends, to interact, to chat with people. So they're going to have these basic functionalities. And also, you'll be able to see how well other people are doing playing these games. Like, you're going to see, for example, you've got this couple here, Victor and Emily. So they can see each other's stats. You can see, okay, Emily's very good playing movies and TV type of games. So then Victor knows if Victor is looking for a game and Victor realizes that that particular game requires 2 players, then Emily is a perfect candidate to play that game with. Because certain games will require 2 players or even multiplayers. You can team up. You can have a group of people that play games together, and then you guys are winning prizes together. Isn't that cool? Now, think about the power of influencers today. It's all about influencers everywhere. Like influencers I saw this statistic the other day. I think Charlie D'Amelio, she's very popular on TikTok. She's like 14. She's got 77 million followers now. TikTok is still quite new. So influencers have not quite worked out just yet how much to charge. But I've heard, the last time I've heard, she makes $100,000 per single video. Sometimes those videos are 10 seconds long. That's how much she makes. Like The Rock is making $1 million from a single post where he mentions a particular brand on Instagram. It's all about the influencers. Like brands are not advertising as much on the TV, on the radio, on the internet, on various platforms anymore. They actually prefer to be spending money on influencers because these guys have huge followings. So imagine when some of them start playing SuperOne games and what's going to happen when these guys win. Like once they won, what do millennials do when they win something? When they want to brag to the world about their achievements because they've done something? They post it. They post it to everybody. They post it on Facebook. They post it on Instagram. They make a video and upload it onto YouTube. That's what they're going to do. And what's going to happen when one of those influencers with 2 million followers, when that person says, I just want an iPad. I just want a MacBook Pro. Here is my link. Thousands will join straight away. This is going to go viral. That's why you want to be at the very beginning of this journey before this craziness really unleashes, because it's about to happen. We have started this week already. So jump on this wagon. Now, if you don't like any of the games, for whatever crazy reason, you can create your own. Companies can create their own competitions, challenges in order to motivate their staff to learn about certain materials related to the products and services, and they can test them. They can say, guys, you have this 10-page PDF, read it. On Sunday, we're going to release this game inside of SuperOne platform. Whoever answers the most questions correctly the fastest wins a trip to Maldives, all expenses paid. How cool is that going to be? Now, any industry can do this. Institutions and education, they can create their own courses. They can challenge. Like, have you watched a question now for you? Time for some interaction. Give me one if you saw a program where you saw 2 universities in a studio challenging each other, like Oxford against Cambridge, Stanford against Cambridge, these sort of things. Give me one, give me 2 if you haven't. Yes, this is a popular thing. We see that quite a lot now. We see those battles. You can do exactly the same here. So, of course, these people, they couldn't meet in a studio anymore because of the lockdowns right now. We're talking about wave 2, potentially. I heard that India already had 3 waves already of the coronavirus. We don't know what's going on. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. The world is crazy. That's why people are coming up with these initiatives, how they can get people together, but then have them still separately in their own rooms, houses, etc. This is a perfect way to do it. Now, Here is how people can play games for free. You already saw Fortnite, Pokemon, Clash of Clans, Candy Crush, all of those things. Players that started for free. You can start for free with SuperOne as well. You can just download this game, sign up, and watch some advertisements. Watch some ads. You're going to watch an ad for 30 seconds, minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. And then that's going to give you a certain number of, they call it tickets, which are entries to play games for free. You'll be able to win prizes playing those games. But if you want to win cash prizes, you have to spend some credits. There is an in-game currency here with SuperOne called gaming credits. Just like many games out there, probably every game out there today, they've got their own gaming credits, some type of credits that you buy. Like with Fortnite, you have V-Bucks. In Roblox, you have Robux. In TikTok, you have coins and diamonds. All of these things. Don't ask why I know that. Now with SuperOne, you've got gaming credits. Gaming credits you can buy right now, or you can buy later on. You'll be able to make small top-ups like $2, $5, $10 later on of the gaming credits. But right now, you can buy gaming credits from packages that the company is selling. So you're buying gaming credits, and if you buy them right now, you're gonna get free digital tokens. I'm gonna talk about them in a second. They come as a bonus, free of charge. You can only get those tokens if you buy one of the available business packages. This is just an example of one. You're gonna see exactly how many there are in just a second. So be sure that you pay attention. So now, why should you be buying gaming credits now if you can also buy them later on? Because you're getting them at a 90% discount right now. So right now they cost just 1 cent. Later on, when the gaming platform opens up, when it launches, it's going to be 10 cents. So if you had an option to get that package right now and get 50,000 gaming credits, or wait a couple of months and only get 5,000 gaming credits, you're going to go for 50 or you're going to go for 5. Like, why does it matter? I'm going to explain now. So of course, gaming credits you can use to play games, to win prizes, and then to tell the world about, like, how cool is that going to be? Like, people typically, when they join some type of a business, remember, any business you're part of, any legitimate business, requires you to do some type of activity in order to be rewarded. Like, even when you do those surveys online, you still need to sit there and actually read stuff and answer questions. Like, every sort of business company that pays you for doing some type of work, you need to do the work. So it's the same here, but this is not like that hardcore sale or whatever that some people have to do. In here, you just invite people onto webinars like this. You let your contacts listen to a speaker, to a host like myself and many others. And also, you can share. You can actually sign people up and refer others simply by sharing some of the gaming credits with them. So you can invite others by giving them gaming credits. You can say, okay, listen, cousin Tom, here are 50 gaming credits. I want to give them to you. What you can do with them, you can download this game, and this particular game about your favorite football club, by the way, only costs 5 gaming credits. So you got 50, you'll be able to play that game 10 times. Guess what? You can actually win $100,000 playing that game. Do you think Tom is going to play that game? Of course he will. That's what's going to happen. You're just giving away your gaming credits, and in order to then attract others, the moment somebody clicks on your link, they're forever linked to you. They can't break that linkage. They're forever signed up under you. And then whatever purchases these people then make later on, guess what? You're going to be making a percentage. Whatever money they spend, you're going to get a commission, ongoing commission forever. This is not just a one-time referral like what you would typically see with those online platforms. This is ongoing. Once somebody joins you, signs up under you, you'll be forever rewarded for that, for whatever they do, whatever money they decide to spend. So here is an example. Let's say you got this 500 package. By far, the 500 one offers the most value for money. This is one-time cost. You don't spend any money afterwards at all. You just buy that, you got it, and this opens up a lot of things in terms of referral commissions. A lot. Now, this gives you today 50,000 gaming credits. Now, later on, that number will be going, there will be less and less, fewer and fewer gaming credits as we get closer and closer. That's why I say there's a lot of urgency right now. Let's say, okay, 50,000 gaming credits, that's a lot. It's going to take months of playing games. So he decided, okay, I'm gonna give 90%, 45,000 to other people in order to build my customer base. Guess how many people you're gonna have if you give 200 gaming credits to every person? It's not gonna be 15 or 30. it's actually going to be 225 people. 225 people you're going to have that will sign up directly under you. I had a conversation with my friend yesterday about this, because like you have these crazy opportunities. I'm not sure whether you've heard about solo ads. Let's do an interaction quickly, 30 seconds. If you heard about solo ads, give me one. If you haven't, give me two. So solo ads is basically you're giving your money to somebody. That person has a database of, has a lot of email addresses of various people. And you tell this guy, listen, if you're going to send my link to your database, then I'm going to pay you $100. I'm going to pay you $200. So typically when you do that sort of thing, for $100, you may be going to get 2 signups, 3 signups. That's what typically happens. In here, like imagine you just did that. You decide how many gaming credits you're going to give to everybody. If you're only going to be giving 100, you're going to have 450 direct people signed up under you. Of course, not everybody is going to be then spending money continuously. Let's not kid ourselves. But the law of numbers never changes. A percentage of them will. And every time when somebody buys something, guess who's going to be making commissions? You will, because they signed up under you directly. They could be making small little top-ups. They could be buying packages as well. From packages, you're going to get a lot more money. From those simple top-ups, a little bit less, but nevertheless, there's always going to be something dripping into your account. I'm so tempted to show you my phone because of we've started getting those rewards right now, and it's crazy. So you have all of this continuously. The phone will be showing you notifications, and the money will be sent directly to your external wallet. This does not stay with the platform, does not stay with SuperOne. You decide where you want the money to be sent to, and the money comes instantly. That's the beauty of this. So now, this concept is proven and tested. Skills, a US-based company, they've been in existence since 2012. Skill-based mobile gaming platform, 30 million players. I've never heard about them. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how come 8 years I've never heard about Skills. If you have, prior to SuperOne, give me 2 if you have. Give me 1 if you haven't. It's crazy. I don't know where they've been hiding, where I've been hiding. Our paths I've never crossed, but now I know about them pretty well because I've studied them a little bit. $60 million they give away in monthly prizes, way over 400 million in revenue every year, and about 38% of the revenue is profit, about 38%. Again, the gaming space is very profitable. This is not like supermarkets when they operate on a tiny margin. Gaming companies, they make a lot of money. Now, here is what's interesting. Skills, their games are racing cars, bowling, card games, games that I would typically right now, because of my age, where I am in life, for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I would feel guilty that I'm wasting my time on stupid things. That's pretty much what would happen. I much prefer to play games. And my friend said something very, very smart. He said, with SuperOne, the platform is helping you to become smarter rather than dumber, because the platform is testing your knowledge. It's testing, and you're playing games that are of some interest to you because of whatever. If maybe you're interested right now in losing weight. So you've been studying nutrition, you've been studying exercise, fitness a lot more, and therefore you want to challenge your knowledge, you want to benchmark. Sometimes if we are only in our little close environment, we think that we are quite good at certain things. Like when I played badminton against a certain group of people, I got quite good and I started winning, or table tennis. And then I thought that I'm at a reasonable level. But then when I changed my environment, I realized that I've got a lot more to learn. And sometimes you want to have that, you want to be challenged. You want to see where you truly actually are. It kind of resets you a little bit. So SuperOne gives you those really cool challenges and you can win huge cash prizes. Now, sources of revenue, very important. I'm sure that you're interested to know, you want to know that the company is stable, that the company has a lot of things that's going to be making them money, so that then we can be getting our money from that pool as well. So advertisements, gaming credits, as well as various services, travel, shopping, money, all of these things will be generating revenue for the company. Now, what happens to that revenue? Some of that, of course, is costs, developments, goes towards prizes, and some of that will be profits. So just like with Skills, 38% over there, with SuperOne, about 40% of the revenue they predict, this number could shift slightly here or there, about 40% in SuperOne will be profits. And because if you have those digital tokens that you're getting for free right now as a bonus, guess what? You'll be entitled to receive a slice of the company's profits. The more tokens you have, the bigger that slice is, and that's what's going to be happening. Depending on the company still finishing off that concept, it could be 10 minutes, it could be a little bit less, it could be a little bit more, but somewhere around that region, that's how often they will be showing their profits. Why? Because there's blockchain. They've adopted blockchain technology. It's like blockchain is a major upgrade to your servers. Let's go like that. It's a much faster, transparent way and in which you can record and process your data. That's what blockchains essentially are for.